Hey, it's Troy Casey, Certified Health Nut here in Santa Monica, California, and today we're here to talk about anxiety. Joey from Colorado writes me and that he has so much anxiety that it's blocking his breathing apparatus. He's getting choked up in the upper thoracic area, and it's affecting his digestion, and it's giving him acid reflux, and it's stunting his growth and or awakening. So stunting your growth, let's look at a few things. There was a mention of smoking pot, and that in Denver everyone smokes pot. Well, I'm sure that there are plenty of Republican rednecks out there that probably don't smoke pot, and so to me, that's just another excuse, and don't get me wrong, I use excuses sometimes myself. However, when you're looking at arrested development, when you're looking at emotional blockages, the first place that I would look is anything that is getting someone out of their body and ultimately into their head. And with pot, for a lot of people, it gets them into paranoid thinking and into their head. And so that is some food for thought and something to reflect on. I recommend getting off the pot for, let's just say, a year. Let's try a year. And the thing to do with the pot, if you're looking at the addiction component of it, is really to get in front of the mirror and ask yourself, what do you want? Factor in, you know, your dream. What is your big dream in life? What are the things that you want to achieve? And if you don't know what that is, then ask yourself, what's your nightmare? You know, being destitute, living in the street, dying, all of these types of things, dying without giving your gifts. So figure out what your nightmare is if you don't know what your dream is. Otherwise, just go for your dream. And the dream usually is, what do you love? What are your gifts? What is it that you want to share? And so, you know, dream big. You mentioned that you were a musician. You know, is it that you want to teach the world music? Is it that you want to be in a rock and roll band? Is it that you want to, you know, write scores for movies? You know, what is your big dream with music? Because ultimately, if that is your gift, you're going to want to share that with the world. And usually sharing our gifts with our world can lower anxiety levels. Anxiety is nothing more than just a bunch of chaotic thoughts in the head that aren't grounded. So, speaking of grounded, I recommend for anyone that's dealing with anxiety a multiplicity of grounding techniques. Barefoot walking in the park is probably my #1 grounding technique. If it wasn't for this park, I would probably be killing every 7 billion people that's out there in the world, because I need to be grounded. It's part of my medicine. I have plenty of thoughts just like anyone else. The stinking thinking, as my friend Paul Chek likes to say. And so, how do we ground these thoughts? Barefoot walking in the earth is an excellent way to ground out chaotic thoughts, chaotic electricity, static electricity, things that keep us looping. And the marijuana, of course, keeps us looping. And so is my observation, and I smoked for 20 years, so I do have some level of expertise on that. I do know that you know, marijuana has a multiplicity of uses. However, the majority of the use that I see happening in the world today, and what I experienced, was more along the lines of abuse. And so, so back to the grounding techniques. One of the things that I recommend that you do, Joey, is to go into a cold shower first thing in the morning when your body's nice and warm and you're underneath the covers. Wake up, throw off the covers, and make a beeline for the shower. Turn the cold water on, go from extremity to extremity until you're full face, and then on your chest and on your back and on your spine. This will awaken you, this will ground you, this will get you really into your body. And that's where we want you, is in your body, so that you're feeling as opposed to thinking. And so another great concept for anxiety or getting out of your head is heavy weights. any kind of heavy weights that you can get into, deadlifting, squatting, just farmer carries with heavy dumbbells, kettlebells, anything that's going to get you picking up heavy weights. Heavy stone work, if you've seen me stack rocks with Paul Chek, that type of work. Elliot Hulse has plenty of videos on strongman stuff. This will get your androgens cooking, all the chemicals in your body to make you feel good, the dopamine and the serotonin that you want, that, you know, makes us feel good, and then we can have happy thoughts and good thoughts. And so those are the types of things that you want to do to get into your body. Another thing that you might want to do is, you know, slow down your life. We have so much digital communication these days. We're moving from one thing to the next. People have financial stress, and so they're working multiple jobs. And so we want to be able to slow down and mentally tell ourselves to slow down. The mind is a tool, so make it work for you. Program it with positive thoughts, program it with your dreams, program it with the things that you want to do in your life. And, you know, put stick-its up on your refrigerator, up on your mirror, in your bathroom to help remind you of your goals and where you want to go, so that your ideas and your thoughts are grounded with your dreams and your aspirations and what you want to do with your life. The mind is a tool. Direct it how you want to see it. And so the common occurrence with anxiety is, of course, to medicate it, and medicate it with all sorts of addictions. Addictions, I say that you are managing your addictions to the degree you're managing your stressors in your life. And so you mentioned about tobacco, and you mentioned about marijuana, and I don't claim that any of these things are bad or good, or get clients to just, you know, cold turkey. If you have the intestinal fortitude to go cold turkey with these types of things, then by all means go for it. Nothing can be more powerful than a made-up mind. However, sometimes this leads to disappointment. We set ourselves up for disaster. And so another technique for somebody who's really ready for it and wants a shortcut is, I recommend sitting a 10-day Vipassana course. 10-day Vipassana course, a meditation course in silence, really helps you get into your body, helps heal the mental and emotional mind, helps heal the nervous system. A lot of these anxious thoughts that we have are ingrained into our nervous system. And so meditation is a great tool for healing that. So that is how I went after my alcohol addiction and my anxious thoughts. When I started sitting on a pillow, I did not know what I was doing. I just told myself, I'm going to meditate. I demand change in my life, and this was after many years of trying to quit alcohol and transform my life. And I started sitting in meditation, and instantly I started to see all my negative thoughts come up and loop. And when I got off the pillow, they didn't haunt me throughout the day because I had already given them some form of attention. So that's my experience with anxious thoughts and meditation. So if you can get into a meditation practice, by all means do that. Another thing you said in the correspondence that you sent me is that my Zen swing in this park right here at this tree, just swinging back and forth. Anybody who's watching this video can Google Zen swing. I think it's Paul Chek working in. Paul Chek taught me the Zen swing. It's a very fundamental, rudimentary, easy, simple Tai Chi movement that anybody can do and just swing back and forth. It moves the whole body, and it's called what's called a movement meditation. Slow walking, grounding in the park, which is what I do in this park, is my meditation. That's how I get the anxious thoughts out of my head. That's how I ground ideas into the earth. And so that's about it. Have a good look at smoking pot. Get into the earth with your bare feet as much as possible. Take cold showers. Lift heavy weights, and not necessarily in this order. Make sure that you go slow and that your body's ready for the things that I mentioned. And so another thing to help with anxiety is to really help balance out the biochemistry. Nutrition is at the cornerstone of that. Eating organic food at this point in time in human history. And also for anxiety, a lot of saturated animal fats, in my humble opinion. Butter, saturated vegetable oils like coconut oil is excellent for you, but I recommend animal fats. Bone broth soups, pork, bacon, if that's good for you. These types of things really chill the mind out and help the nervous system relax. And so saturated fat is another recommendation. So dream big. And then another final note for parting is turn off your electromagnetic radiation devices while you're sleeping. Keep your cell phone on airplane mode as much as possible. Analyze if your house or your neighborhood has a cell phone tower near it. This is a big deal, guys, and it's affecting all of us. All this chaotic microwave energy is going in and out of our brains. This is electromagnetic radiation, electromagnetic frequencies, and these things go into the body. Another reason why grounding is so important. And so, and then the cherry on the banana split is have your house tested for mold, or at least do a rudimentary scan around the shower, around underneath the sinks. And so if there's been leaks, there's potential for mold colonies to grow. This can get into the brain and can start affecting all sorts of issues like candida overgrowth in the body and mycotoxin off-gassing. Very toxic stuff. So we all want to be cognizant about the mold. I know because I've been exposed to it myself. So again, my intention is to help as many people as possible. If this helped you, please share it with others. If you know anyone else that's suffering from anxiety, anxious thoughts, monkey mind, then also share this with them. And if it did help you, please put a comment in the box and press the thumbs up button, and I'll see you on the flip side. Assalamu alaikum.